track, headed up by the two times and defending state champion Anthony Bear. He's won 6 titles in all, 3 South Australian, 2 West Australian, and is also the current Victorian champion. Behind him are the former state WA champions, Daniel Padala from Carnarvon. With him is Matt Amato, who won up in Broome, Wayne Thompson, who has won the event twice, and Jeff Genev from Collie. They are the 4 former state champions. Following them out will be all the Mora competitors this weekend. And they're led out by the Vanzettis. I don't even have to look, but I'm sure the Vanzettis are there. Any car numbered over 100 will be a Vanzetti. It's also the Browns are out there as well, and Dave Camplin. So the Mora cars are the next cars to join the fray. So we got Warren out there. There's Donna Vanzetti, the fastest lady driver. The crowd here really appreciating them. Yep. We also have Paul Rumbold's out there. Harry Butler in car number 6. Dale Cockman in car 5. Dave McDonald out there in 41. As well as Gene Hannington in the 78 car. The only known person to live in Karoo. Glenn Vanzetti, car 105. Then the rest of them, headed up by Shane Phillips from Morawar. Got Comley in 75, Stephen Cooper in 56. Pete Udix in car number 66, the next one to come through. Hayden Norman in car number 61. They're lining up 3 abreast. Here in the main straight on the outside will be Ben Ferris in 32. Kane Munro from Carnarvon, next row of the grid. With, we might nickname him Josh Spinner Partridge in car 76. Joel DeMarte in car number 88 make up the next row. Lance Root in 23, the identical colour scheme, or nearly identical, the 0 car of Hamish McAlpine. Zane Humphreys, the Esperance cars. Marty Kelly in 9. And through they come. Sean Peters is there in car 12. 43, Josh Davies. 46 is Gadget Reed. 33, this weekend, Brendan McKeague. 89, Russell Van de May. 37 of McKean. The Brennans are out there in 13 and 18, Brett and Scott. Kenny McPherson in 14. Bob Wakefield and Evan Wakefield are out there. Dan Salter in car number 26. And so they'll continue to come out. They'll go right round to the gate. As they continue to come out, there's Warren Oldfield in 85, Jason Oldfield in 84, Daniel Amajuri 83. I think I might have missed a couple somewhere along the line, but they continue to pour out all 60 cars that are about to take part. And as we've been saying on the live broadcast leading up to this, we have had a few spots of rain, but it's all cleared for the moment, and that's great news. And traditionally, I think it's nearly becoming traditional, the Narrogin cars, some of the last to come out, and they carry more flags than most. There's Mark, Frank and Shane Coulker that are coming out, along with Mark Furphy, and still a few more to follow them through. And it looks like there's some collie cars still to come as well. Greg Avens, Damon Thompson, Sean Fitzgerald and co. also making their way out onto the track. So it is a spectacular scene here, no doubt about that. And looks as though Sean Fitzgerald, flying 2 Ford flags, is the last car. Well, this starts the opening ceremony, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Mora Speedway. The first thing we'll do, have we got another car, or is it a quad bike? Okay, the first thing we'll do, how about we put our hands together for all 60 drivers that are about to take part in the WA Championship for Street Stock here this weekend. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to observe a minute's silence, ladies and gentlemen. We did lose a Speedway driver during the week in Marty Chamberlain, who was a street stock driver and also raced late models and was a member of the Perth TQ Car Club, amongst others. And sadly, he passed away on Tuesday. So before we go any further, we'll then have a prayer and the national anthem. Silence after Marty Chamberlain passed away on Tuesday. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We're now going to move on to the prayer, which is going to be conducted by local minister in Peter White. Good evening, Peter.
Lord God, I want to thank you for competitive sport, especially the sport of motor racing, for this great track and for all those who have created it, developed it and maintain it continually. We want to thank you for the drivers, for the crew, for the families, for the officials, the organisers, the sponsors, the ambulance guys who volunteer and the fireys. We want to thank you for the good cloud cover tonight and the coolness of the evening and for the great track. We pray for safety for our drivers, for the crews and officials. We ask for a fast, highly competitive and fingernail-biting night. We pray, Lord, for safety and for a thoroughly enjoyable evening where not only the drivers but the spectators are able to fully participate. We ask that you will help us to choose honourable sportsmanship and integrity over jealousy and cheating. Help us to choose good positive spectator participation over bad behaviour, and to exercise self-control that we need in order to make tonight one of the best on record. Amen.
Thank you very much, Peter. And now if you do have the opportunity, if you want to cast your eyes upstairs here onto the balcony, we have with us Tanya Vanzetti and Jackie Vanzetti, of course, because Mora is Vanzetti, and they are about to perform the national anthem. There we are, ladies and gentlemen, Tanya and Jackie Vanzetti, the national anthem. Let's get this show on the road. It's time to say those famous words in Speedway. Gentlemen and lady in Donna Vanzetti, start your engines. We're now going to do a couple of laps around the Mora Speedway as the Grand Parade for 2010-2011 gets underway. This is the Grand Parade for 2010-2011 WA Street Stock State title. Anthony Bear to lead them away, followed by the four former state champions. Daniel Padala, and on his outside, Matt Amato, who won the Thriller Upper in Broome. Jeff Genev, who won in 2006 at the Narrogin Speedway, and Wayne Thompson, who has won the event twice. Following them through will be all of the Mora competitors, followed by everybody else. A great sight around the Mora Speedway. They'll do a couple of laps. A great opportunity for you to take photos. And a great opportunity for the drivers to interact with you. You can get them to wave, make plenty of noise as we get this thing underway. Even Warren Oldfield will wave to you. There we are. There's Damien Amato, finished Australia 4 at Ellenbrook not long ago. There's the Narrogin competitors. Go and see Frank Cooker if you want to swim in the swimming pool in the pits. He has one. Shane Cooker on his outside. There's the collie competitors. Greg Avens, Australia number 3 in car number 11. The cars spread out all the way around the track. And they'll do a couple of laps. Chris, we might throw to you just for a sec while I get a couple of photos as well. It looks pretty spectacular.
Indeed it does look extremely spectacular. The greatest street stock field ever assembled in Western Australia, I believe. Certainly it may not be the biggest, but certainly the strongest field of West Australian drivers ever assembled. And have a look at them. This is picture perfect. The grand parade of the state street stock titles. And easy for you to say, he says. But have a look. This is going out, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, right around the world. As you can see, right beside the commentary box, we have the scissor lift with the camera on it. It's all being streamed all over the world. People have logged in already. They're watching in the US, they're watching in Mongolia, they're watching everywhere. Moora is on the map in terms of speedway. How about a big round of applause for the guys as they come around? And don't forget tonight as well, we have a series of races for junior saloons, and again, Moora drivers have been doing it super well on the junior front. Last weekend at Bunbury, there was the Country Junior Challenge round. And in terms of the All-Stars class, Chas Skipworth took out the night. Sean Bowen came second. In the Top Stars, which is the ultimate class, it was won by Tyler Vanzetti. These are all local drivers. These are all the stars of tomorrow, the guys that are going to be racing street stocks, etc. in years to come and holding the flag up for Moora. So, some top drivers here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, some of the best drivers in Australia. And as you can see, in fact, the car going round, we have Australian champions in the field. And indeed they are top drivers. In just a few minutes' time we will be getting underway with our first race of the night. They're going round for another lap, and why not? Berry out in front. And the car number 82 is the Australian number 1 car as well. As I said, only the best here at Moora this weekend. Our local guys, of course, out there. Going around flying the flag for Moora. Hello, Donna. Donna Vanzetti waving profusely. Of course, the 2 young ladies who took us through the national anthem are 2 of her sisters, and one of them, in fact, Jackie Vanzetti, is her twin sister. Jackie also regularly drives a street stock here in car number 103. So, not racing tonight, Jackie, but decided to sing instead. And of course, the Vanzetti sisters, all 3 of them, made their debut on telethon when they were about 14 years old or thereabouts. And the driver's going round now. Some of the guys with pit crew driving the car for them while they sit on the bonnet. Others driving the cars themselves. And as they exit, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together if you're up in the bar area, especially. And if last night's anything to go by, it's going to be a spectacular night of racing. Don't forget, here at the Central Midlands Speedway Association, we've got a heap of people to thank for what you see before you, because if you haven't been here for a while, you wouldn't recognise the place of pace. A whole lot of work's gone in, a whole lot of money's been spent. We're commentating from what we call the Taj Mahal Tower, which has been built basically with the assistance of the Royalties for Regions scheme. We've also had money put in by the Moora Council, which we are absolutely indebted to. The Moora Council is fairly unique in Australia in that it is a friendly council. I know that a lot of the other tracks around, not just in WA but Australia-wide, have been having a lot of trouble with noise restrictions, curfews, you name it, because, well, a lot of council people don't drive speedway cars. It's that simple. And they prefer to sit and drink Chardonnay or whatever they want to do down at Motor. Oh, I didn't say that. Yeah, car number 21 I don't have on my list at the moment. That would be Brooke Oldfield in 21.